Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. We are back in the office this week, even though we probably should be outside because spring has definitely sprung here in Newburyport. We got through that storm last week. We got some snow that we weren't thinking about. We had a delay. We had an early opening, but now we're back at it. The snow is gone, and we're ready for just a wonderful spring here in our fair city. So what's going on in the city? There's a lot of great things going on. We got through St. Patrick's Day. I want to give huge shout outs to the Port Tavern and Park Lunch for having me last week. The Elks had a great celebration the weekend. So again, that's always my favorite time of year. So it was great bouncing around the city on that special day, and I hope everyone had a good time. What else is going on? So, at the high school, spring sports has started this week. So I want to wish good luck to all the athletes trying out for their teams this year. I know my daughter's going out for the tennis team, so it's been pretty exciting in our house. What else is going on? We have a meeting coming up because parklets will be out soon here in Newburyport. So, everyone enjoys the outdoor dining downtown here. So those parklets are coming back soon. So we hope to have those to start. Well, people are already sending in applications for those, and we hope to have those starting to get assembled by the end of April for like that first week of May. So that's where we're targeting right now for the parklets. And so we should be raring to go for some outdoor dining by the end of April. And also, we're trying to finish up the gas main getting replaced on State Street, okay? So as you might have noticed, that kind of work came to a sudden halt a couple weeks ago. National Grid decided to halt the work, but they're back at it now. And pretty much the pipe is in place right now, so they got to do all the tying in to all the businesses and residents going down State Street, so that's what's going to be happening. So just keep an eye out for interruptions in traffic down there, right? So we're going to have everything posted on our website on a daily basis, but just keep an eye out down there because there's going to be times where we're going to have to close down lanes as they're working on that tie-in piece all the way up State Street. And just to piggyback on that, when the work's finally done and they're still planning on having it done by the end of April, then at some point this summer we're going to repave that area as well. So we're excited about that. What else? Yeah, so that was the big thing about the main. What else is going on in the city? I mentioned the athletes up at the high school getting ready for spring sports, but there's also a spring musical coming out up at the high school too. So I want to just give a shout out to NHS for the Fiddler on the Roof. That is coming out soon. So next week is their first night. It's March 31st, which is Friday night. So they start out doing Friday, Saturday, the 31st and April 1st. And then they come back the following week for a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 6th, 7th, and 8th up at the high school. So I'm going to definitely head up there with the family. We're looking forward to that. That's one of my wife's favorite musicals, so we're definitely going to check out Fiddler. So good luck to the cast and crew of Fiddler for next week. We still got our toilet paper drive going on here in Newburyport. You might have seen a picture in the paper today with me. We're partnering with our good friends over at Newburyport Community Service. They've been doing great things around this community for over 100 years. We partnered with them this month on this toilet paper drive. So if you still want to contribute, stop by City Hall, drop off your 4-pack or singles of toilet paper, and they're going to be collecting that at the end of the month. So that's still going on. My big block of cheese open office hours is next week. Again, it's always the last Thursday and Friday back to back at the end of the month. Thursdays we do open office hours from 6 to 7 p.m. and then the following day on Friday we do it from 8 to 10 a.m. So I try to give people opportunity to come see me, whether it be in the evening or in the morning. Again, you can come talk to me about anything. You can talk to me about an issue you might have. You might want to come in and tell me what a great job I'm doing. I love those. Those are my favorite part of doing office hours. Or you just might have an idea that you'd like to see me try out in the city. So again, those are happening next week on Thursday and Friday. So now I've got a couple different events that I want to make sure I mention. We have the Report Iftar coming up. The Human Rights Commission here in Newburyport puts on this event every year. It is going to be March 28th, which is a Tuesday. And we're going to do it at the Newburyport High School this year. So it's actually going to take place in the cafeteria. And so this falls on the Islamic month of Ramadan, okay? And so the iftar happens when they break fast for Ramadan, and then they have a big celebration. This has taken on a little bit more significance and importance, I think, the last couple of years because of all the Afghan families that we have now here living in Newburyport. For those of you who don't know, we still have families living at the Unitarian Church. We have families at St. Paul's. Also, the Congregational Church has families. So this has been a great way to just kind of dive into their culture a little bit and celebrate with this iftar with them and celebrate Ramadan with these families. And it's really added, I think, to this event in so many special ways. So I'm excited to be there. I hope you can be there too, but it's open to the public, and it's at the high school on Tuesday, March 28th. So I wanted to give a big shout out to the Human Rights Commission for putting that on. They do a great job. There's a group in town actually going to do another event this year for support of Ukraine. Again, this is a war that's still going on over between Ukraine and Russia. There's some really dedicated citizens who have been trying to raise money in a variety of ways. So they've put together this auction that's going to take place on March 30th at the Elks Hall at 7 p.m. So if you're interested in that, I will put up a flyer. You can check out and get some more information on that. But they're just looking to raise as much money as they can for this effort. And again, I want to take my hats off to them. They've been really, this dedicated group has been working throughout this conflict over in Russia and Ukraine to raise money for these people. So we're hoping we can get some people there at their event on March 30th at the Elks. I want to let you know that Clean Sweep. So Clean Sweep is the event that the Parks Commission puts on, and now the Parks Commission is working with this new Port Parks Alliance. Clean Sweep is kind of like just bringing spring to Newburyport, right? It's an event that we have a call out to all volunteers to help us clean up our parks. Okay. Now, typically this event happens more closer to Earth Day, which is April 22nd. And for those of you that know me, know why I know it's April 22nd, Earth Day. But this year is happening a little bit earlier. And I think just because we've had such a mild winter, I think the thought is let's get out there earlier into our parks and get them clean so people can get out there and use them. So that's happening on Saturday, April 8th. And that's just a great event. Usually we kind of start at Cashman and then we kind of fan out all over the city to all the various parks. And, you can start at Cashman or you can just go to your favorite park and there'll be people there, with rakes and bags and, any kind of help is much appreciated. And again, I've taken part in this event for many years. My family's taken part in it. I know when I was running for office a few years ago, we kind of did our own event to help clean up a park here in Newburyport as well. So, again, our parks are such a valued part of our city. And so I think this is just a great way to give back and get out there and kind of get your hands dirty and get our parks ready for what would hope to be a really busy spring and summer and fall here in Newburyport. The Forever Green campaign is still going on, so I just wanted to shout out to that again. They have a lot of different events going on throughout the city, but the Windows for Change is going to be happening. So if you look around the city, there are certain businesses that are participating that will have decorative windows set up. And again, if you want to reach out to the Chamber of Commerce, the Newburyport Chamber is helping put on this event. We did a Mayor's Corner a couple weeks ago on this. But this will be great way to get around, get outside, go check out different businesses and restaurants here in the city and look for those windows of change. And you'll see the different artistic ability of some of our great people here in Newburyport as well. But check out the Chamber website, newburyportchamber.org for more info on that. And then just a couple Newburyport announcements of what's going on. I know you guys are probably sick of me talking about the dredge, but we do have some movement going on in the dredge right now on Norfolk dredging. The boat should be here any day now. Some of the equipment has already arrived, so you'll see a lot of activity up there as they mobilize to get this dredge started. But it looks like we are only days away from getting that much needed sand on the beach in the Reservation Terrace area. So we're very excited that dredge will finally begin. And lastly, we're just going through budget season here in Newburyport. And it's kind of a weird time. Like there's not a ton of things coming up through council right now. I know a lot of things are in committee. Things like short-term rentals, things like that will be that they'll be having discussions on soon. Brown School, there's still the use of the Brown School is having some discussions. But mainly, we're really just getting ready for what's the budget going to look like this year. So I've kind of talked about a little bit about what's going on at the schools. We had a school committee meeting on Monday. Unfortunately, I was a little under the weather, so I wasn't there. But they didn't present anything on the budget this past Monday. We know the next two meetings for the school committee is where the superintendent will be pitching his budget to the school committee members. And then again, that budget, after it's voted on at the end of April, will get folded into my budget that I will present to the city council. But on the city level, we're just right now having all of our conversations with department heads, right? We're looking at what we've done this past year, what worked, what didn't work, what we think we can do this year. And I'm having those conversations with each of the department heads. So it's an exciting time of year. I do think this would probably be a leaner budget season for Newburyport. We're really trying to be very strategic about where we want to try to add and do more with departments. I think I did the same thing last year. If you remember, we added a position in the Council of Aging that I thought was very necessary, and that outreach specialist has been a great addition to the Council of Aging. So now this year we're going to be really looking at a few departments. I would say offhand, planning department, DPS, and I would say even IT are three departments we're really looking at closely this year because we have some initiatives that we'd like to start pushing forward. So we're having those conversations. But I just want to give you a heads up that those conversations are having, and we'll be having more of those publicly in the coming weeks and months. But we're excited, and we have a lot of great things going on in Newburyport, and we're going to present a budget that's going to best reflect of the things that we want to do moving forward. And again, I think you can just go back to my State of the City address and get a flavor about what what's important to this administration and how we're going to move forward here in 2023. And that's my Mayor's Corner. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. It is beautiful out. Get out there and enjoy it. And I will see you next time on the Mayor's Corner.